Footwear doesn't get any more flexible as these. Skinner's sock shoes. Hey friends, this is Grown and Healthy, the channel where we explore self-improvement through movement. Now in this video, I'll be reviewing the Skinner's sock shoes. Now there are a lot of buzzwords going on here. Revolutionary, ultra portable. Those are bold claims for footwear manufacturers. But Skinner's are socks that have the resilience of shoes. And this is their 2.0 iteration of their sock shoe design. These socks are made for action with features like antibacterial fibers, toe protection, an anti-abrasive polymer outer sole, and it's also water resistant. Now, I received these socks from Skinner's with the hope that they would receive an unbiased review. This review is based on that and their adult line in the colorway of moss, sized extra large, which fits feet for 45 to 46. Now, these are handmade in the Czech Republic, comprised of mostly polyester, cotton, and modal, which is similar to rayon. Now, with a polyamide coating as the outer sole. Now, being a sock, it still has less structural stability than shoes, which may be why they contain a very thin and removable inner sole that seems more of a structural component than a cushioning device. Now, if you train and live the barefoot lifestyle, because you should for the numerous health benefits, you may find civilian access to stores and other places of businesses limited. I mean, we've all seen the no shoes, no shirt, no service signs. These sock shoes by Skinner's allow for you to carry a versatile and resilient pair of footwear in the pocket of your pants when you head out on your barefoot walk or run, and roll these shoes into your pockets at about 1.5 inches. They only weigh 122 grams. And at any moment's notice, you can take them out for a fully functional footwear. Now, often we talk about the goal of shoes to be as light and flexible as possible, and there's certainly no comparison to the lightness of this sock. They've given some good detail to the stitching of the inside. As you can see, size XL. I puffed it up a little with some paper so it wouldn't just be flat on the desk. So understand that this is somewhat what it looks like when your foot is in it. Weighing in at just 122 grams, there isn't a lighter, more versatile footwear option out there. As for flexibility, a major factor in minimalist shoes, you can't find a more flexible shoe than a sock or a sock shoe. And with the polymer outer sole, it provides you with enough protection from the outer elements. And it has enough grip to lift most weights and to have stability when you run on wet surfaces. Now, there is a spectrum that exists for footwear. On one side is flexibility, and on the other end is stability. Basically, we're going from rigidity to less rigid. And these ends of the spectrum have their own benefits. But if you're too extreme in either direction, normal socks are on the extreme side, of course, of flexibility, and Skinner's has made a few innovations, brought some features to this product that kind of try to balance that offering. Now, using a stretch knit pattern designed to increase that stability is one of those elements. Also, a multi-dimensional outer sole to withstand a variety of terrain from your house to the trail. It handles most road and trail hazards with ease, providing a durable barrier between the elements and your feet. Now, the foot impact without the inner liner is the same as wearing a thin sock. So beware, you're not adding cushion, you're just creating a barrier between the elements. What did I like about these shoes? A few things. One is their flexibility and their utility. You can wear these anywhere, an airport, gym, the trail, and even the bank. They're very portable for those barefoot enthusiasts who'd like to make entryway to most places of business were prohibited. The styling is subtle and looks familiar in most settings. Unless someone takes a very close look, you'll get a pass anywhere you go. Now, it is also water resistant up to the level of the polyamide line, which allows for an after rain run. I still wouldn't run with them while it's raining. Now, while the inner liner seems to be a necessary component to keep the structure of the foot, I found it unruly and it moved a lot underfoot when I was running. And while taking them out provided less stability, I felt it was more comfortable that way. The fit, being a sock and spanning sizes in fit, it had a slight gap at the forefoot that felt wobbly under prolonged running, kind of like an extra slap or noise that you would hear in the front. The lateral stability, now it won't handle a heavy sumo deadlift or very intense lateral movements because it's still a sock at its core. Who is it for? I see this as the perfect companion for the barefoot lifestyle. Think of it as the booties that technicians wear upon entering your home when they're servicing the boiler or doing some plumbing work, just far more durable. Run and perform barefoot and wear these when entering someone else's places of business or their home where footwear is mandatory. And if need be, take the trek, lift the weights, and travel with them. Great value. I wear these often. They're very comfortable. Again, except for the gap in the toe when I'm running, which is about this much, it will slap down and you feel kind of the floppiness because of the weight of the polyamide outer sole, and this top portion, it seems to weigh on it. So if your toe is not all the way to the edge, it will flop over slightly. If your toe ends about here, it'll be more pronounced. So those are just a few things that I'd look out for. I like these subtle colorways. There's nothing better than wearing shoes that aren't begging for attention. This gets a thumbs up for me. Thanks for watching. This is Grown and Healthy, the channel where we explore self-improvement through movement.